If you miss this sign, you won't lose her to another man. You'll lose her to silence, and by the time you realize what happened, she'll already be emotionally gone. Before I go any deeper, subscribe to this channel and like this video, not for me, for you, because what I'm about to explain will change the way you see women forever. Now listen carefully. When a woman truly wants you, not casually, not for attention, not for validation, she begins to reveal something most men never notice. And it's not her body, it's not what she's wearing, it's not how often she texts you, it's her emotional exposure. I'm going to tell you something most men misunderstand. Women do not give vulnerability to men. They are unsure about, they don't hand it out because you're attractive. They don't offer it because you bought dinner, and they definitely don't offer it because you demanded loyalty. They offer it when they feel safe. When she starts telling you the stories she doesn't tell other people, the insecurities, the childhood wounds, the moments she felt not enough, that is not casual conversation. That is emotional undressing. And women guard that more fiercely than anything physical. You see, a woman can flirt with 10 men and feel nothing. She can laugh, touch your arm, even compliment you, and still not be emotionally invested. But when she lets you see her fears, when she tells you about the time she was betrayed, when she admits she overthinks because she's scared of being hurt again, that is not small. That is her testing whether you can hold her world without dropping it. Most men fail here. They joke, they minimize, they change the subject, or worse, they use her vulnerability against her later during conflict. And the moment you do that, something shuts down inside her. But if she opens up to you consistently, if she circles back to you when she's stressed, if she lets you see her without makeup, without emotional armor, without pretending to be strong, she's not just interested. She's attaching. And attachment, when it's genuine, is powerful. It means she's already investing emotionally. She's already imagining you in her future. She's already deciding whether you're the man she can lean on. If she shows you this, her unfiltered emotional self, she's not halfway in. She's already choosing you. The real question is, are you emotionally strong enough not to ruin it? Have you ever noticed how some women seem magnetic, almost impossible to resist? And yet, there's a subtle line between curiosity and commitment that most men completely miss. She could be laughing at your jokes, leaning in when you talk, touching your arm casually, but none of that guarantees she's yours. Here's the truth. Women communicate desire with their body before they communicate it with words, but it's not the obvious gestures. It's the unconscious, almost invisible things that separate fleeting interest from deep emotional attachment. Watch closely when she starts mirroring your movements, when she subtly adjusts her posture to match yours, when her eyes track you, even when she's looking elsewhere. These are not coincidences. These micro-actions are her subconscious telling her own mind, he matters. She's already deciding to include you in her inner circle, even if she doesn't admit it out loud. And men, most of you misread these signs. You think a simple smile or casual laugh is just friendly. It isn't. She's evaluating you constantly. Every tone of your voice, every choice you make, every glance you throw her way, and when she subtly leans toward you, when she lets her knee or her shoulder inch closer, she's signaling. She feels safe, she's curious, she's intrigued, but there's a deeper layer. When she lets her guard down physically, when she allows small touches to linger, when she doesn't pull away from your proximity, she's not just flirting, she's testing your response. Can you be a man she can trust? Can you be consistent? Can you meet her vulnerability with steady energy instead of panic, games, or ego? Here's the secret no one tells men. Women are terrified of giving their hearts. And yet, when she shows these subtle physical signs, it's her way of saying, I am considering you, I am letting you in. Ignoring these signs is catastrophic. Dismissing them as casual or playful will cost you the rare kind of connection most men never experience. And if you act too aggressively, too anxious, too entitled, you'll shatter her trust before it's fully formed. The truth is stark. If she's showing you these tiny physical invitations consistently, she's already leaning toward you emotionally. She's mapping you into her world. And if you know how to respond, calm, confident, present, you don't have to chase her. She's already moving closer to you. But if you don't notice, if you keep treating these cues like a game, you'll watch her drift away. And you'll never know exactly why. The women who reveal themselves like this physically, subtly, emotionally, they don't do it for every man. They do it for the one they're already choosing. And that could be you, if you have the eyes to see it. Here's a truth most men never hear. The moment she laughs at your deepest, most personal jokes, or even the ones that make no sense to anyone else, she's giving you a key few men ever receive. That laughter isn't just amusement. It's connection. It's trust. It's her saying without words, I feel safe with you. I want you close. And here's why that matters more than anything else. Women guard their inner world fiercely. They've been hurt, disappointed, dismissed, and so they build walls, layers of charm, humor, intellect, even mystery to keep the wrong men out. But when she starts letting you inside that world, she's choosing you. Not casually, not temporarily. She's evaluating whether you belong in her life on a level that most men never reach. Notice the small signs. She texts you things she wouldn't tell anyone else. She tells stories that reveal her fears, her ambitions, the parts of herself she usually keeps hidden. And when she shares these, she's testing something far bigger than you might think. She's testing how you respond under the weight of her real self. Because if you mock her, minimize her, or act indifferent, she'll pull back immediately. But if you respond with understanding, validation, calm confidence, suddenly you're no longer just a man she talks to. You're a safe place. And safety is seductive in a way that looks nothing like physical attraction. It's invisible. It's quiet. But it binds her to you emotionally more powerfully than lust ever could. And here's the secret most men miss. When a woman does this consistently, laughs at your personal jokes, shares her vulnerabilities, circles back to you in times of stress, she's not experimenting. She's not seeing how it feels. She's already choosing. She's already imagining a life where you matter, where you're part of her day, her thoughts, her plans. The dangerous part, men often sabotage this without realizing it. They panic. They overanalyze. They assume they have to win her, when in reality, she's already halfway gone if you do the wrong thing. The moment you act needy, jealous, or defensive, her subconscious begins to retreat. But if you recognize her signs, if you meet them with calm strength, respect, and emotional intelligence, you stop being just another option. You become the man she's already leaning toward. The women who give you this access, they don't give it lightly. Once it's given, if you respect it, it creates a bond that's unshakable. And right now, she might already be doing this to you, even if you haven't noticed yet. Let me tell you something most men never understand. The way a woman manages her attention is more revealing than anything she says. You could be the most charming, good-looking man in the room, but if she doesn't prioritize you truly, consistently, then she's not investing emotionally. An investment is the currency of connection. Watch carefully when she interrupts her day, when she pauses her plans, when she responds to your messages, not out of obligation, but because she wants to. That's huge. That's not casual interest. That's her brain telling her heart, he matters. She's testing whether you're worth her energy, her time, her mind space. And men, most of you miss this because you're focused on the loud signals, the flirting, the touch, the smiles, while ignoring the quiet. Consistency. The women who truly choose a man aren't loud about it. They don't broadcast it with words or social media. They show it in small, deliberate ways. She remembers what you said last week. She asks about things that aren't convenient for her. She checks in without an agenda. These are invisible markers of attachment. And here's the danger. Men often misinterpret this as casual friendliness. They think, oh, she's just nice. Or worse, they assume she's leading them on. But here's the truth. The woman who gives you this attention is already imagining you in her life. She's already picturing a future where you're a consistent presence. She's not thinking about how to escape you. She's thinking about how to include you. But this comes with responsibility. If you respond with distraction, insecurity, or entitlement, you can erase months of subconscious trust in seconds. She doesn't give this lightly. She's already measuring your reactions, gauging your consistency, and deciding whether you can handle the weight of her emotional world. Men who fail here often sabotage the connection before it's fully formed. They overthink, they chase, they try too hard to earn it. The irony? She's already choosing them. She's already leaning in, already considering. All it takes is one wrong move to make her pull back. If you can recognize this, respond with calm confidence and meet her attention with your own steady energy. You don't have to chase her. She's already yours. She's just waiting to see if you can hold her world without fear, doubt, or drama. Right now, she might be doing this, giving you her attention in ways subtle enough that only a man who truly understands female psychology would notice. And that's the difference between being an option and being the man she's already choosing. There's one thing that separates women who are truly invested from those who are just curious, and most men miss it entirely. It's not her words, it's not her physical gestures, it's how she reacts when she's stressed, upset, or vulnerable. Think about it. Anyone can be charming, playful, or flirtatious when life is easy. But when her world feels heavy, when she's dealing with anxiety, frustration, or disappointment, who does she turn to? Who does she confide in when no one else is around? If that woman turns to you repeatedly, it's not a coincidence. She's signaling trust on a level deeper than attraction. She's saying, I feel safe here. I can let my walls down with you. And make no mistake, women don't hand this out lightly. Most women reserve their emotional refuge for the few men they genuinely consider as long-term partners. Pay attention to the subtle ways she does this. Maybe she texts you at the end of a rough day, sharing her fears or complaints without prompting. Maybe she calls you just to hear your voice when she feels alone. Maybe she seeks your perspective on decisions that she wouldn't discuss with friends or coworkers. These are not casual acts. They are tests of emotional strength. She's watching how you respond when her vulnerability lands on your shoulders. Do you panic? Do you judge? Do you minimize her feelings? Or do you stay calm, grounded, and protective without being controlling? Your reaction is shaping her attachment, whether you realize it or not. Here's the harsh truth. Many men fail this test without ever knowing it. They dismiss her struggles, overanalyze her moods, or respond with insecurity. And suddenly, she retracts. The door closes, often quietly, and the man who was almost hers is left wondering where it all went wrong. But if you respond with emotional intelligence, patience, and consistency, you stop being just another man in her life. You become her anchor, the man she relies on, the one she leans toward when the world turns chaotic. And make no mistake, that level of trust cannot be bought, faked, or forced. She is already yours in the deepest sense. If she consistently turns to you when life gets hard. So here's the reality. If she's showing you this level of access to her inner world, she's not flirting. She's investing. She's emotionally attaching. And if you fail to recognize it, you risk losing the rarest thing a man can ever earn. A woman who chooses you fully, even when the world isn't easy. Here's something most men never grasp. Women don't just choose with their hearts. They choose with their subconscious mind, and it reveals itself in the smallest, quietest ways. When she thinks about you in private moments, when she smiles at a memory of you, when she imagines telling you something before anyone else, that is where attachment is born. Pay attention to how she communicates when there's no audience. Does she send you a random message just to share a small victory? Does she call you to laugh about something that reminded her of you? Does she include you in plans subtly as if it's assumed you belong there? These are invisible markers of selection, proof she's already prioritizing you in ways most men never notice. But here's the subtle danger. Men often mistake casual affection for deep interest. They assume that a playful tease, a flirty glance, or a sweet text is all there is. It isn't. The difference between fleeting interest and genuine emotional investment is consistency. She will consistently loop you into her life, even in ways that feel small, mundane, or even inconvenient. And every time she does this, she's mentally testing your reliability. She's silently asking, can he handle me? Can he remain steady when life is messy? And this is where most men stumble. They respond with overconfidence, arrogance, or distraction. They chase attention instead of recognizing the access she's granting them. They treat her care as a game to win instead of the gift it is. The women who show these signs, consistent attention, inclusion in private moments, subtle reminders of your presence in her mind. These women are not casual. They are making a choice quietly without pressure. And if you understand this, you don't have to push or prove yourself. You simply rise to meet the trust she's already offering. There's a unique power in being the man who recognizes these signals. She feels it. Her mind relaxes, her walls lower. She begins imagining a future with you, not because you told her, but because her heart and subconscious are already invested. So ask yourself honestly, when she gives you these subtle signs, are you seeing them? Are you meeting them with steady confidence, calm energy, and respect for the trust she's placing in you? Or are you letting them slip past unnoticed, like most men do, leaving her to wonder whether you're truly the man she's already chosen? Right now, she might be showing you these exact signals, waiting to see if you're aware enough, strong enough, and calm enough to match her choice. Here's the final truth most men never grasp. Women don't give their hearts lightly. And the moment she does, she's already decided. She's already imagining you in her life, imagining you in her thoughts, imagining a world where you're a constant presence. And the signs are all around you, if you have the eyes to see them. Notice how she behaves when she's around you versus everyone else. Notice how she seeks your input on things that matter to her, how she shares victories, frustrations, and fears that she wouldn't tell a friend. Notice the way she looks at you when she thinks no one is watching, the small touches that linger, the subtle gestures that show you she's thinking of you, even when you're apart. These aren't casual, they're not fleeting, they're proof of emotional investment, evidence that she's already leaning toward you. And here's the part most men never realize. The moment she lets you in emotionally, she's testing whether you're capable of holding her world without breaking it. She's testing your patience, your steadiness, your ability to remain calm, confident, and present. One wrong move, jealousy, insecurity, overeagerness, and she retreats. But respond with respect, understanding, and unwavering composure, and you don't have to chase her. She's already yours. This is why most men fail. They focus on what they want instead of what she's giving. They chase the visible, her smile, her laughter, her touch, while ignoring the invisible signs that she's already emotionally committed. They don't recognize the subtle, quiet investments she's making, and by the time they notice, she's already moved forward in ways they can't reach. But if you understand this, if you recognize the micro signals, if you respect her vulnerability and respond with steady strength, you occupy a space in her mind and heart that few men ever do. You become the man she leans toward when life is messy, the one she imagines in her future, the one she chooses even without saying it aloud. So pay attention, see the signals, recognize the trust, the attachment, the investment. Because when a woman shows you these signs, she's not wondering whether you're worth it. She's already decided. She's already yours. The only question now is whether you're ready to hold what she's offering with the calm, steady strength it deserves. This is the rare kind of connection most men never experience. But when you see it, when you meet it, it changes.